Alright, let's get into Harley Quinn show episode 7. Now I got these pros and cons listed in order of things that I saw while watching the episode. And Jesus Christ, there was a lot when it came to this episode. Shit! Okay, first con, which is actually two cons in one. I don't know why I did it like this. A judge, this is the beginning of the episode basically. A judge finds the Queen of Fables imprisonment in a book of tax codes to be cruel and unusual. Not only that, but the dumbass actually releases the Queen of Fables from her book. So, the Queen of Fables, again, I believe I mentioned it in episode 1 through 5. I don't know. I might have cut those out because I might have been doing a whole different thing or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. But anyway, the Queen of Fables is like an all-powerful badass villain, okay? She basically can alter reality. It's all in her imagination. She can use her mind and her magic together to just alter shit. She's basically fucking immortal also. This bitch is not someone to be trifled with. And you decide to release her from her imprisonment just to transport her to fucking Arkham. Do you not think about the fact that you can literally have someone free her just for the purpose of having her join them to commit a wide scale amount of crime? Not only that, but she nearly destroyed Gotham. All of it. No, she did destroy Gotham. And then everything got reversed when they imprisoned her or some shit like that. So, yeah, it's like, why would you release her? Why would you think her being imprisoned in the book of tax code to be cruel and unusual? You should know. You live in Gotham. You should know why she's imprisoned in there. Not only that, Zatanna is the one who releases this bitch. How the fuck does she not know why she was imprisoned in this book of tax codes? And why isn't she telling them this is a bad idea to release her from the book just to transport her to Arkham? A place where she could easily escape from. This is a horrible fucking idea. Anyway, to a pro, Ivy, again, being the voice of reason that she is trying to explain to fucking Ivy that Fables, the Queen of Fables, deserves to be in prison because Harley is upset that they're removing her from the book only to be in prison in Arkham. Now, Ivy is like, she took her eyes off of Harley because she closed her eyes while explaining this shit. That basically she deserves to be in Arkham out of everyone that she knows of. Out of every villain, Queen of Fables is the one that most definitely deserves to be in Arkham. Like, all of you deserve to be in Arkham. I'm just saying. Because all of you are fucking nuts. And you have killed plenty of innocent people. So, yeah, you all deserve to be there. And, yeah, Harley fucking disappears during that conversation when she does that. And, Frank is just fucking hilarious again. He didn't even say much. He was just, like, because Ivy's, like, shocked that Harley fucking disappears. So Frank's like, yeah, she didn't hear none of that shit. And he just starts laughing. And I don't know, it was just the laugh part that just got me. But while Ivy was explaining this shit to Harley, for some reason, which is a con for me, deflects from the fact that the Queen of Fables basically nearly destroys all of Gotham. Well, basically destroys Gotham. Harley deflects, saying, I'm pretty sure it was the lack of affordable housing that nearly destroyed Gotham. Like, bitch, that does not correlate together in any shape or form. That doesn't. A all-powerful supervillain like the Queen of Fables destroying all of Gotham does not compare to a lack of affordable housing. That does not compare to each other. You're trying to deflect, and it's a Terrible deflection, by the way. Terrible deflection. Then tries to say that the Queen of Fables gets a bad rap. She killed a lot of people that lived in Gotham when she destroyed Gotham. So, no, she does not get a bad rap. She deserves all of that. Yeah, again, Harley dips when Ivy's trying to tell her, yeah, the Queen of Fables deserves to be fucking locked up. Harley wasn't hearing that shit. She dipped the moment Ivy closed her eyes to explain that out of all the people, yeah, Queen of Fables deserves to be locked up in Arkham. Yeah, this is basically a pro and a con all wrapped into one. Actually, no, like this is two cons and a pro. Again, I'm listing it in order as I see it while watching the episode. And this is all within 4 minutes still. Yes, all these cons is within 4 fucking minutes of the fucking episode beginning. They are transporting the Queen of Fables, and she somehow has a fucking cigarette in her mouth. I'm not joking. It's bad enough that somehow a book of tax codes is able to smoke a cigarette. The Queen of Fables is trapped in the book. It's one thing for this bitch to be somehow talking, but she's actually able to smoke a cigarette. How? She doesn't have lungs. She's a book. She's trapped in a book. How is she smoking? Who gave her the cigarettes? Probably Harley, since Harley was sitting there with her. But who gave the Queen of Fables, while being transported to Arkham, a fucking cigarette? Not only that, an unlit one. So she asks the cop for a fucking cigarette. I mean, not a cigarette, a fucking light. And he decides to be a dickhead and drops the fucking lighter. Like, she positions the fucking cigarette for him to light it, and he goes to act like he's gonna light it, and then he just drops it. Talking about some fucking Butterfingers. Why you gotta be a dick? Someone had to give her a fucking cigarette. Just fucking light it. You don't have to be a fucking dick about it. Just light the fucking cigarette. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. And again, she's only shackled to the wall and they gave her a fucking muzzle. Her book is literally in a box. Like a little cabinet box hanging on the wall by one of the guards. The Queen of Fables proves later on in the episode that she can just use magic and like fucking bring her book and her staff to her. She doesn't even have to move. She can just reach out with magic and bring it to her. So what the fuck is stopping her from using magic to bring the book to her from that thing and just fucking everyone up in this and just escaping her goddamn self? No one is thinking properly here. Their thought process is so fucked up. Everyone is basically fucking stupid. But Harley being Harley, because which is a pro, because I mean, like, it's Harley. Anytime Harley does basic Harley shit is a pro for me. And basically is her being able to care for those that she cares about. Like, she would go to the ends of the earth for the people that she cares for. Okay? And she has grown a bond for the Queen of Fables in this show. And she fucks around and frees the Queen of Fables, which again is a con. Because it's the Queen of fucking Fables. She is not someone you want just walking around freely. And Harley fucking frees her. Not good. But again, it's basic Harley shit, so whatever. And that's enough of those cons within the first 4 minutes. The cons and pros within the first 4 fucking minutes, people, of the show. Fuck. I had to take an hour or 2 break from this shit. God damn. Okay. Ooh, look at this. We got 1, 2, 3 pros here. Which is basically the first 2 is within a whole conversation. Ivy tries to be the voice of reason for fucking Harley about the Queen of Fables, like she has been doing this whole fucking time. Which Harley again ignores because selfish reasons, and Harley being Harley. Yeah, the Queen of Fables summons Humpty Dumpty because, she basically asks who's your favorite, because King Shark, his favorite was Humpty Dumpty. So she brings Humpty Dumpty out, and then reality hits for everyone when the Queen of Fables, right after summoning Humpty Dumpty, basically smashes off the first half of his goddamn body and uses her staff to stir his insides up. And he's still alive, so he's like twitching and shit, screaming, while she uses his insides to make eggs. She doesn't even pour the contents of his insides into anything. She is literally just puts on a fire under his ass on the stovetop, breaks his arms and shit and all that. And, like, he's screaming and like he feels all this shit. Like, this is all a reality check for Harley, but of course, Harley just fucking ignores it, even while Ivy is trying to talk reason to her. And of course, Harley, again, Ivy's like saying, like, Queen of Fables is like a bad guy, like a bad guy, like above their level of badness, which is not true. I've mentioned before, Harley she's done a lot of evil shit. She has killed a lot of innocent people, all the way to fucking children. Okay, she is on the same level of bad as the Queen of Fables. She just doesn't have like powers like the Queen of Fables. Ivy, she has power basically comparable to the Queen of Fables. It's just not magic, but she has the power to destroy the world like the Queen of Fables can. So yeah, she's on the same level as bad because she has killed a lot of fucking people as well. Probably, matter of fact, I would say Ivy is not on the exact same. No. Yep. I'm just remembering. I'm remembering some extra shit. Yeah. She's on the same level as the rest of them. But anyway, yeah. Harley drops some logic. Ivy drops some wisdom. And of course, Harley doing Harley is trying her best not to listen to Ivy. Like, she hears Ivy, but she doesn't listen until something bad, like really fucking bad happens. But anyway, it moves on to Ivy and Kite Man. And literally the conversation between Ivy and Kite Man the first time in this episode is fucking hilarious, because Ivy is like, she's clearly dressed like she doesn't want to be seen, like she doesn't want nobody to notice her, which is weird because she never does this, but only when she's with Kite Man. So basically, she's embarrassed to be seen with Kite Man, because honestly, if Ivy wouldn't date someone like Kite Man, and that's just real. Kite Man is not exactly her type, but she's dating him. And you can clearly see that she's not really comfortable being seen with him, which is actually a con, is the fact that she's embarrassed to be seen with him, because it's fucked up, because he really fucking likes her. And the fact that she's actually, and if she doesn't like him and she's embarrassed to be around him, then why continue to just date this guy and go out with this guy, meet this guy up in hotels and fucking this guy, which they fucking let it be known that they meet up in hotels and be fucking. So it's like, if he's just a fucking swing, a fuck buddy or some shit like that, just let him know. Because he clearly wants to take her out on dates because he wants to go to movies. Apparently they've done that. And he wants to take her out to dinner and shit. And she's like, what, in public? It's like she clearly doesn't want to be seen with him, which is why she wears these shitty fucking disguises, which look awful, by the way. But yeah. Yeah, this con right here, it's a bit of a long one, because it kind of fucked my head up here. Harley and the group, who are now with the Queen of Fables, that they are now going to steal the personal force field from Star Labs, so Harley can steal the weather device from Cord Industries. Yes, this is about a fucking heist again. Harley wants to steal a device from Cord Industries. It's a weather device, a weather machine. And apparently this device was attempted to have been stolen by Sinestro, Grodd, Joker, and hold on, there was another one. Bane. Yes, Bane. As she mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Apparently these three attempted to steal this device. but did not succeed in doing it. Now, apparently the device is protected by lasers, and they need a personal force field device so Harley can steal the weather device. But they have to steal it from the personal force field device from Star Labs first, so they can get the weather device. But while they are doing this, which is stupid here, Harley is on top of a hill behind a fence, looking through binoculars, scoping out Star Labs. But she didn't turn the fuck around to check the area that they are in, to go through a sewage pipe to go into fucking Star Labs. Sewage pipes, service tunnel, whatever the fuck they want to call it. They didn't check that surrounding area for which they are in. So it's like, how the fuck did you get there without checking your surroundings? Because while they're going in, some guy, a soccer ball comes out of nowhere, and some guy picks up the soccer ball and sees them standing there. He goes and he leaves, and they literally just shows up behind the bush, behind this one bush. It's an entire family reunion. How the fuck did they not see this? How are you scoping out for a heist and don't check the area, your fucking area of your entry point, to go and do the heist? How do you not check this shit first? How? So, the Queen of Fables elects to stay behind and deal with this issue because Harley was going to call off the heist. Queen of Fables like, nah, I got this shit. And she starts summoning fucking random fairy tale creatures. The family's like all excited because these are fairly nice looking fairy tale creatures. Nothing mean, nothing evil, none of that shit. But that can be deceiving. Because after Harley comes out of the fucking service tunnel, after they get through with the heist, Harley is literally fucking surprised that the Queen of Fables has slaughtered the entire fucking family. Yes, she has slaughtered the entire goddamn family. Because Harley didn't check the fucking area around. And because you have witnesses, you can't have fucking witnesses. So, Queen of Fables, because no one checked the area, Queen of Fables has slaughtered an entire fucking family. Because, you gotta kill witnesses and you gotta end the bloodline. So so the Queen of Fables made sure everyone died. She even asked for help to make sure that everyone died. Because you can't have revenge killings, because things can go, because that's what happens. If you see your whole fucking family murdered, what you gonna do? You're gonna want revenge. You're gonna want some kind of justice. If someone won't provide that for you, you're gonna have to get it yourself, right? People can do this shit. So, within their world, this happens. So, Harley ignores it because she sees someone that's clearly fucking alive and doesn't say anything. Yeah, she doesn't say anything. And just ignores it. It's like, yeah, this won't come to bite you in the ass later now, will it? Just like freeing Queen of Fables against Ivy's fucking advice wouldn't bite you in the ass. Oh, that bit her all up in her fucking ass. So, but another con was that Harley was fucking shocked that the Queen of Fables killed an entire fucking family. How the fuck could she be surprised that the Queen of Fables killed an entire fucking family? She summoned Humpty Dumpty and fucking brutally fucking cooked his ass. Like, how the fuck can you be surprised she killed an entire family? The bitch like, why did you kill them? This dude witness, he ratted you out. You can't have witnesses. You can't have witnesses to a fucking crime. Which is amazing how people in real life don't notice this, so they keep filming themselves committing crimes. It's really fucking stupid, by the way. Anyway, another con which amazes me, because this is still all within the same scene. King Shark flips out whenever he smells blood. Right? It was in the episode where Harley and Robin, they had the issue with Robin, and a little speck of blood dropped in the tank where King Shark was in. King Shark smelt the blood and he went and he flipped out. He went on a fucking rage, and he was basically gonna kill everybody. Uh, that was a single drop of blood that made him flip out. So, if that was enough to get him to flip out, why the fuck in this scene he's not flipping out? He is literally surrounded by blood, but he is not flipped out. But he did faint. He faints, but he doesn't flip out trying to kill everyone. How does that make sense? How? Okay. But anyway, continuing forward, Harley managed to, like, this is like after Harley, like, after that whole family thing, Harley basically tells the Queen of Fable that maybe we need to part ways, and because she finally starts realizing that Ivy was right. So, and after Ivy, like, throws it in her face, like, this is the shit you're getting into here. So yeah, after all of that shit happened, Harley managed to go ahead and steals the device. Now, granted, this I skipped something. The Queen of Fables is pissed off and basically tells her that letting me walk out like this is a mistake. Which, again, Harley is not good at taking advice from people, and she probably should be. But yeah, this is where Queen of Fables shows that she can use magic without needing a book or staff. She literally makes the book and staff comes to her, like, all the way from across the room. So it's like, she doesn't need this fucking book. Like, literally, she doesn't. They even showed it in the fucking show, but for some reason in the show, it's like they're trying to say she needs the book in order to use magic. She doesn't need the book. She doesn't need this damn staff she has either. She doesn't need any of it. But anyway, they managed to go in. The mouse goes in. He touches the pressure pad on the podium that leads to the fucking weather machine. The pressure pad activates because it shows a light that shows up right up underneath his feet, and it lights up all around. All of a sudden, the lasers activate and kills the mouse. Now you're probably saying, why would they kill the mouse? Like, don't feel bad for the mouse. The mouse is apparently a mercenary for hire, so yeah, Cinderella's mouse is a fucking badass mercenary for money, and apparently he has actually eaten people before at the command of the Queen of Fables. So it's like, you know what? Don't even feel bad for this fucking mouse. But anyway, the lasers only home in on the spot for that pressure is applied. So technically, you don't even have to touch the pad. Literally. Everything I'm telling you right now is all cons, by the way. Yeah, so no matter where you step, if you step on the podium, it lights up. You step on the pressure pad, the lasers focus in on that one spot in the process of killing someone. Because the lasers are all the way around. The podium is in the middle of this room. So you're going to get hit by a laser from all directions if you step on any part of this fucking podium. Problem. There's a huge problem on this little platform. Yeah, it's a platform underneath, like, attached to the podium. I'm saying podium like no, it's not. It's a little stand, and it's a little thing, platform, whatever you want to call it. Fuck. But yeah. The moment that they realize this, Harley activates the personal force field, and she gives this, like, tells them, like, do something with her corpse or her stuff or whatever. It's like, this conversation isn't even needed because now you know how this thing works. You don't need the personal force field anymore. Why don't you need this? Because if you use your fucking brain, Clayface can stretch his hand and just grab the weather device and retract his hand, and you're golden. Now you would probably say, hey, if he does that, wouldn't something just activate and, like, slam the door shut and he'll be trapped in there? Well, no, because Harley goes up, steps on the pressure pad, the lasers go off. The personal force field forces the lasers to deflect and hit the other lasers, destroying all the lasers on the wall. And then she just grabs the weather device, and then they leave, just like that. There's no additional security measures. Picks it up and leaves. Yeah. Therefore, Clayface can just reach in and grab the device. That was their plan, to just go in, bypass the lasers, grab the device, and leave. So if you know that the lasers are activated by pressure plate, just don't apply pressure. Have Clayface reach in and grab that bitch. That's all they had to do. But they didn't. What the fuck? They're not utilizing these characters like they should be. They're just throwing Harley in. Like, I know it's a Harley Quinn show, but god damn, you have a crew for a reason. Use them appropriately. Shit. And another thing, are you really telling me that this device is only protected by a pressure plate in the middle of the room and lasers that the pressure plate activates? And you're telling me Bane couldn't steal this shit? You're telling me Sinestro couldn't steal this shit? You're telling me Grodd couldn't steal this shit? Joker also? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you really telling me that these 4 people could not steal this one little weather device because it's protected by lasers that are activated by a pressure plate? Bullshit. Bullshit on so many levels. Bullshit. Who the fuck is writing this shit? Because that is bullshit. Continuing. Another fucking con. Oh, there's 3 cons here lined up. Oh, good lord. Another set of cons here. Why isn't the team using their fucking... Oh, this is what I was talking about. About Clayface. Okay. The other one. Fables is able to use magic. Fables is able to use magic without her book and staff, but for some reason is not able to use magic without her book for plot reasons when Jason pops up. Yeah, Jason Praxis pops up. Another thing, there's probably another one. But yeah, all of a sudden Jason Praxis destroys her fucking book, zaps it with lightning, and all of a sudden she has no magic. But interesting enough, she says, do anyone else have a certain book? Or like any other bookstore? Like, the line implies that the book itself is magic, but yet she's asking if there's bookstores or any other kind of book around here. Why? Because her power focuses on imagination and fucking reality bending and all this other shit. All she needs is a fucking book, and she can use her imagination to cause chaos and destruction. She doesn't need a book filled with fucking fairy tale creatures and stories in it. She doesn't. And she can still use fucking magic without the book, which makes no sense that she can't fight this guy off. But anyway, skipping past the whole issue with Ivy and Kite Man in the restaurant, we go to fucking yeah, back to Jason Praxis and him trying to kill the Queen of Fables. Yeah, this scene, Fables didn't have her book or her staff because they ran off, and she ran off without the book and the staff after Praxis fried it. And it's like, in this scene, it starts off with her having her staff and the book back, and it's like, when the fuck did she get that shit back? Like, what? I missed a lot apparently, and it made no sense. But yeah, at the end of that little scene, Harley pretends, basically is going to hand over fucking, the Queen of Fables. Another pro, because it goes back to Ivy and Kite Man, because Ivy and Kite Man got into a little spat at the restaurant. The restaurant was basically, it was kind of sad. It was kind of sad. People, Kite Man made a reservation, and they was basically letting other people go ahead of him, and it was bullshit. And Kite Man finally realizes that Ivy is clearly embarrassed to be seen with him. And yeah, it became an emotional moment. It was kind of, it was kind of fucked up. It was kind of damn. It's like, fuck, dude. But yeah, the pro is that Ivy actually went back and apologized, and they made up, and she started to not be embarrassed to be seen with him because she meets his roommate and she literally just says that she's his girlfriend. And of course, to get that Kite Man, hell yeah, fist pump, you know what I'm saying? And it's like and it's like, it's that moment that she finally just, admits it to someone. It's like, she's no longer embarrassed, which is cool. It's a makeup scene. I like a good makeup scene, a little happiness there. I like that. Even though she's an evil villain that fucking murders people constantly, and everyone deserves some kind of happiness, Harley, a pro is that Harley only pretends to hand over the Queen of Fables, which again ties in, Harley being, this heartfelt person and blah blah blah. Which is also a problem because we get back into the last two issues with the episode, which happens to be fucking cons. The first one of the last two, the second to last. She lets the Queen of Fables go. Again. Even when the Queen of Fables literally tells Harley, again, you're making a mistake by letting me leave. This is the second time. The first time she told you this, she came back ready to kill you and your whole crew to steal the weather device from you that you just stole. Which apparently was incredibly easy to fucking steal, quite honestly. And, yeah. You decide to let her go again. You saved her life and let her go. She warned you a second fucking time, and you let her go. The fuck is wrong with you? The last one. The last fucking one. Again, I've mentioned Harley is fucking smart. But Jesus Christ, I am not seeing a lot of smart things being done here by Harley. Not a lot. Because the last con is the very end of the fucking episode. And it's the fact that the weather device, is password fucking protected. Out of all this shit she thought of at the beginning of the episode, she didn't think of any security measures that the device itself might have. She didn't think about that. And because they put in too many failed password attempts, the fucking device just fucking explodes. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, really? You didn't even think of that? It's just... Listen, the episode is all around good. It's enjoyable. I do recommend people watch this show, even though I have way too many cons. Oh, how many cons? Yeah, 15 cons to 9 pros with just this episode. Yeah. But it was still an enjoyable fucking episode. If you're not looking to nitpick shit from the episode like I am, like, honestly, when I first watched it, I wasn't nitpicking. I was actually just watching the show to watch the show, and it was actually enjoyable. Then I watched it to just nitpick the shit out of it, and holy fucking shit. It made my fucking head hurt. Not as much as the season 2 finale. Goddamn. There was so much fuckery going on with season 2 that made my head hurt so goddamn much. I needed to pop some aspirin. Because Jesus Christ, that season 2 just made my head hurt so fucking much. And I was watching it to just enjoy it. But there was so much going on that made my fucking head hurt that I just couldn't. I couldn't. I'm sorry. The episode is over. This video is over. Go enjoy other shit that you can probably enjoy way more than me sitting here complaining about shit.